please be merciful to me and describe to me the Ekadasi that occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Shravan, July, August. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna replied, Yes, O King, I shall happily narrate its glories to you. For just by hearing about this sacred Ekadasi, one attains the merit of performing a horse sacrifice. Haribol. Quote, at the dawn of Dwapar Yuga, there lived a king by the name of Mahijit, who ruled the kingdom of Mahismatipuri. Because he had no son, his entire kingdom seemed utterly cheerless to him. A married man who has no son gains no happiness in this life or the next. The Sanskrit word for son is putra. Pu is the name of a particular hell, and tra means to deliver. Thus, the word putra means a person who delivers one from the hell named Pu. Therefore, every married man should produce at least one son and train him properly. Then the father will be delivered from a hellish condition of life. But this injunction does not apply to the serious devotees of the Lord Vishnu or Krishna, for the Lord becomes their son, father, and mother. Furthermore, Chanakya Pandit says, Satyam Mata Pita Jnanam Dharmo Bharat Daya Sakha Santihi Patni Kshama Putra Sadate Mama Vandavaha. Quote, truth is my mother, knowledge is my father, my occupational duty is my brother, kindness is my friend, tranquility is my wife, and forgiveness is my son. These six are my family members. Wonderful. Chanakya Pandit. Among the 26 leading qualities of a devotee of the Lord, forgiveness is the topmost. We should never hold any grudge against anyone. We have no right. Krishna is taking care of everyone. So why we should keep anything? It doesn't...
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam
Yes.
Prabhuji. This Ekadashi Mahatma is different than me. My one is written by Srila Prabhupada. Could you please post it on our group?
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. It's different, very good information there.
Yes. So Chanakya Pandit is telling a wonderful instruction for all of us. And forgiveness is the foremost. And I think that as a devotee, at least we should not have any grudge against any living being. Even though the devotees, even though he may be on the path of renunciation, may observe this Ekadasi and pray to attain this kind of son. For a long time, this king tried very hard to obtain an heir, but to no avail. So seeing this year advancing ever onward, King Mahijit became increasingly anxious. So one day he told an assembly of his advisors, I have committed no sin in this life, and there is no ill-gotten wealth in my treasury. I have never answered the offering to the demigod or brahmanas. When I wage war and conquer kingdoms, I follow the rules and regulations of the military art, and I have protected my subject as if they were my own children. I punished even my own relatives if they broke the law. And if my enemy was gentle and religious, I welcomed him. O twice born souls, although I am a religious and a faithful follower of the Vedic standard, still my home is without a son. Kindly tell me the reason for this. So hearing this, the king's Brahmana advisors discussed the subject among themselves. And with the aim of benefiting the king, they visited the various ashrams of the great sages. And at last, they came upon a sage who was austere, pure, self-satisfied, and he was strictly observing a vow of fasting. His senses were completely under control. He had conquered his anger, and he was expert at performing his occupational duty. Indeed, this great sage was expert in all the conclusions of the Vedas, and he had extended his lifespan to that of Lord Brahma himself. Haribo. His name was Loma Sarisi, and he knew part, present, and future. After each kalpa passed, one hair would fall out of his body, and one kalpa, or 12 hours of Lord Brahma, equal to 4,320,000,000 years. So in 4,320,000,000, he will lose only one hair of his body. Haribo. All the king's Brahmana advisors very happily approached him, one by one, to offer their humble respects. Captivated by this great soul, King Mahijit's advisor offered obeisances to him and said very respectfully, quote, "Only because of our great good fortune, O sage, have we been allowed to see you." Lomasa Rishi saw them bowing down to him and replied, "Kindly let me know why you have come here. Why are you praising me? I must do all I can do to solve your problem. For sages like me have only one interest, is to help others. Do not doubt this." Haribo. So Lamasa Rishi had all good qualities because he was a devotee of the Lord. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 12, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarver gunais tatra samasaste sura harev abhaktyasya kuto mahat guna manoratheina sati davato bahi. If one who has unflinching devotional service to Krishna, all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigod are consistently manifest. However, he who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no good qualification because he is engaged by the mental concoction in material existence, which is the external feature of the Lord. The king representative said, "We have come to you, O exalted sage, to ask for your help in solving a very serious problem. O sage, you are like Lord Brahma. Indeed, there is no better sage in the entire world. Our king Mahijit is without a son, though he has sustained and protected us as if we were his sons. Seeing him so unhappy on account of being sonless, we have become very sad. O Shaith, and therefore we have entered the forest to perform several austerities. By our good fortune, we happen upon you. Everyone's desire and activities become successful just by your darshan. Thus, we humbly ask that you tell us how our king can obtain a son. Hearing their sincere plea, Lama Sarusi absorbed himself in deep meditation for a moment and at once understood the king's previous life. Then Lama Sarusi said, quote, your ruler was a merchant in his past life, and feeling his wealth insufficient, he committed sinful deeds. He traveled to many villages to trade his goods. Once, at noon on the day after the Ekadasi that come during the light fortnight of the month of Jyeshtha, Trivikrama, May and June, he became thirsty while traveling from place to place. He came upon a beautiful pond on the outskirts of a village. But just as he was about to drink at the pond, a cow arrived there with her newborn calf. These two creatures were also very thirsty because of the heat. But when the cow and calf started to drink, the merchant rudely shoved them aside and selfishly staked his own thirst. Haribol. This offense against a cow and her calf has resulted in your king's being without a son now. Haribol. Just to pass away the line, huh? So many times in the prasadam time we skip the line. Haribol. But the good deeds he performed in his previous life has given him rulership over an undisturbed kingdom. Hearing this, the king's advisor replied, O renowned Rishi, we have heard that the Vedas say one can nullify the effect of one's past sin by acquiring merit. Be so kind as to give us some instruction by which our king's sins can be destroyed. Please give him your mercy so that a prince will take birth in his family. So Lomasa Rishi responded as follows. There is an Ekadasi called Putrada, which comes during the light fortnight of the month of Shravan. On this day, all of you, including your king, should fast and stay awake all night, strictly following the rules and regulations. Then you should give the king whatever merit you gain by this fast. If you follow these instructions of mine, he will surely be blessed with a fine son. So all the king's advisors became very pleased to hear these words from Lama Sarusi, and they all offered him their grateful obeisances. Then their eyes bright with happiness, they returned home. When the month of Shravan arrived, the king's advisor remembered the advice of Loma Sarusi. And under their direction, all the citizens of Mahismatipuri, as well as the king, fasted on that Ekadasi. And on the next day, Dwadasi, the citizen dutifully offered their accrued merit to the king. By the strength of all this merit, the queen became pregnant and eventually gave birth to a most beautiful son. O Yudhishthir, Lord Krishna concluded as follows. The Ekadasi that comes during the light fortnight of the month of Shravan has thus rightfully become famous as Putrada, bestower of a son. Whoever desired happiness in this world and the next should certainly fast from all grains and legumes on this holy day. Indeed, whoever simply even hear the glories of Putrada Ekadasi becomes completely free of all sins, is blessed with a good son, and surely ascend to the heaven after death. Haribol. Thus, and the narration of the glories of the Shravan Shukla Ekadasi or Putrada Ekadasi or Pavitran Pan Ekadasi. This is from the Bhavishya Puran. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much all of you for joining this beautiful morning. I have to log off as the activity has already begun in the house, as you can hear the voice of the children. So, and tomorrow I think I'm gonna find out from the hotel that if any peaceful place that I can sit and chant with you all. Maybe the what you call the people take breakfast there. Maybe that place may be vacant. I can go there. Somewhere I will find something. If Krishna so desire, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 2 o'clock. And if not, then you can join at your convenient time. The responsibility to connect with Krishna, we should never forget that. And morning time is the best to connect with Krishna. So there is always something always comes in our life, practical life. But we have to remain steadfast no matter what. And Krishna make arrangement like I have, so many people living in the house, but I have a peaceful place. Because that's what the priority is. So we should, and they will get benefit. They will also create some good feelings, knowing that so many things was happening. But I said, I went late around 10:30 to take rest. So slept for 4 hours last night. And couple of nights will be tough. So, but we have to show our dedication to Krishna because, those things will keep on happening in our life anyway. But we should never lose the company of Krishna in the morning particularly. So with those thoughts, I'm really grateful to all of you that taking the austerity to join every morning. I have no word of appreciation, but I think it's required if we are sincerely seeking to get rid of from the cycle of birth and death. So thank you very much and looking forward to see you tomorrow. I have to start working with them and be engaged and remembering Krishna at every moment. I was just telling when we were eating the prasadam that just think about it, that if we have make that rule from the beginning, from childhood, whatever we consume, put it on that one side, we should have a big mountain like Himalayas, how much we eat, how much we sleep. And our Acharya has mentioned that these two things we need to get in control, full control, not just little control, if we are sincerely seeking to get out from the cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, we will wander around again and again. So this is very serious business. So thank you very much. I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhayavacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you very much. May Krishna bless us all so we can remain